Hi, I'm Steve Luther. I'm a trainer with the Splankna Institute, and I want to tell you about Splankna training, which we are bringing to Pittsburgh this coming summer. If you're in ministry, if you're a counselor, or if you just want to be able to help people, this training is for you. Let me explain. Whenever we go through difficult experiences in life, those experiences are stored in our system. They don't go away. They're stored with all the negative emotions, and they're stored throughout our whole system. A lot of traditional approaches to counseling work with the conscious mind and have difficulty getting to those subconscious memories, those subconscious traumas, and those emotions that are stored throughout our body. And so they get triggered over and over again. The more this happens, the more we get frustrated, and we try to get to those problems, and it's almost like we're if you've experienced this where you kind of make some progress and then you sort of lose grip on it. If you're working with clients or you're working with people in ministry, you've seen this in them as well, and you want to help them, but it just seems like they keep falling back, or there's certain issues that they make progress with and there's others that they don't. Well, here's what's going on. When we go through difficult experiences, those experiences are stored in our subconscious throughout our mind, throughout our body, with all the emotional weight attached to them. And so whenever they get triggered again, all that emotion comes back to the surface and we experience that same problem. Maybe you're someone that's a pleaser, and there's something that gets triggered that whenever you're in that experience, you start to want to make things better for people. Or maybe you're someone that reacts with anger, or maybe anxiety or panic attacks, or maybe you get stuck in depression as much as you try to get out of that. Or maybe you have eating disorders or addictions that you just can't break. It's like you start to make progress and then you lose grip because they just got a grip on you. Well, with Splankna, what we can do is we can get in and we can connect with where those emotions are stored in your body, disconnect those emotions, release them from the mind-body connection, and help you more easily get to those lies, toxic beliefs, agreements that you made in those bad experiences on how you were going to live or how you were going to compensate for that. Let me give you an analogy. If you have something that's submerged in the deep end of a pool and it has all these heavy weights that connected to it, think about diving down and grabbing onto that and trying to bring it to the surface, but you just can't. It's too heavy and you lose a grip and it goes back to the bottom. That's kind of what our problems are like. They're submerged in our subconscious, and as we try to pull them out, we lose a grip, and those emotions, all that negative stuff, all those negative experiences just keep it stuck there. And it goes back to the bottom of the pool. It goes back to the bottom of our subconscious, and it just stays there, but it continues to affect how we live. Well, a lot of times we just get to the point where we just accept that. And we just accept that we're not going to be able to resolve this problem. I just have to live live with this. We start to look at, well, Christ said we could have abundant life, but we start to water that down because we start to put limits on that because I can't resolve these issues, or I've tried this and maybe this is just my cross to bear and I just have to deal with this and I don't find healing. If you're in ministry, you've experienced this. There's people that maybe they get progress in some areas, but then there's other areas that they just don't make progress in. Well, what if I could go down in that thing that's submerged in the deep end of the pool, if I could go down and one at a time, cut those weights off, it would begin to rise to the surface. When it gets to the surface, then we could remove it. And that's what we do with Splankna. We find those problems that are deeply submerged in your subconscious. We remove the emotional weight attached to those. And as they emerge, and as we go through the Splankna protocol in the session, people start to become, oh, I know what this is, and I know what's going on, and now it's coming conscious, and now we can get to that place where we made this agreement that I'm going to live this way, or I'm going to accept this lie. And then we can, in prayer with forgiveness, we can fight the spiritual warfare connected to it, we can ask God to remove and heal that, and we get to real healing. And it's just amazing. It is the most effective tool that I have in my toolbox as a counselor and in ministry. And I know that if you'll check it out, you will find that to be the case as well. The next video I'm going to make is going to be about my personal experience, both personally and professionally with Splankna. So I hope you'll check that out as well. But for right now, if you're interested in more information, you can go to splankna.com. You can check out their webpage and all the information on there. Or you can go to thegracewellnesscenter.com. Under events, you can scroll down and find when our next training is. And you can click on that and that'll take you right to the Splankna page and you can get information there. I hope you'll check it out, and I hope that if you're in ministry that you will seriously consider coming to this training. If you're interested in more information or you want to see this in action or experience it, I'd be happy to do that. Please just call our office and we can set something up for you to experience or observe splankna in action. Our phone number here is 724-863-7223, or again, you can go to our website and contact us there. The website is thegracewellnesscenter.com.